Hey everybody, F-Bomb Fitzgerald here, and today I want to thank you and celebrate with you as we finally made it to 600 subs! So this video is going to be mostly a question and answer. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions through my F-Bomb Squad Discord server or through the Steam group. I'll put some links in the description at the bottom. At the very end, I'm going to do a little giveaway with a few signed items, which are going to be open to anybody who leaves a comment and is also subscribed to the channel. Alright, let's jump right in. First question is, what Australian would I add to the game? I gave this one a lot of thought and I decided on the Luger morph. I feel like it checks a whole bunch of boxes that are currently missing for Australians. A, it's a secondary and there's very few of those. B, it's a multi-class weapon, which I think is pretty cool for an Australian. And C, the Luger morph is just one of the best designed weapon models in the game, and it's a shame that no strange ones exist. So having an Australian one would check a bunch of boxes at once. The next question is, what is my favorite video game character? This was another tough one. I kept going back and forth between GLaDOS from the Portal series and Ellis from the Left 4 Dead series. I think I'm going to have to go with GLaDOS because she's a villain and just the voice acting that Ellen McLean does for her is impeccable. And even after multiple playthroughs of Portal 1 and Portal 2, she still makes me laugh consistently. What is a low value item that holds great sentimental value to you? Great question. I'm going to say it's my Ghastly Gibbous. That's probably the oldest hat I own. It was the first hat I ever painted in the game because I got a random paint drop and it was the only item I could apply it to. And back in December of 2014, I actually got a Strangifier for it. And even though I don't use that hat very much, over the course of 7 years, I've gotten like 16,000 points on it or something crazy. But more than anything, I think it just symbolizes the whole hat economy of the game and a lot of the character and silliness of TF2 that I love. If you could ask Valve for any item in the game, what would it be? I actually went back for clarification on this one to see if it was any item that actually exists, or if this was more like that strange Nebula summer hat that I featured in a Laudable Loadouts video, where I could basically go to Valve's programmers and say, hey, make me this item. And they clarified that it was actually the latter. So I gave this one a lot of thought, and I settled on a strange, unusual Cuban Bristle Crisis. So the Cuban Bristle Crisis is a nice looking beard cosmetic for the Heavy, Soldier, and Engineer, which are three classes that I do play a lot of. And it is available in strange quality, but not in unusual quality. Obviously, the benefit of it being unusual is that it's a misc and a very good looking one. So after giving a lot of thought as to what would be the unusual effect, I settled on Prismatica. That's not the highest tier effect, but I chose it because the unique blue color and also the space that it occupies surrounding the head would pair nicely with my Violent Wintertide that I run on Heavy and Soldier, as well as with the Dark Doorway effect that I run on Engineer. In terms of strange parts, I'd probably just go with Dominations and Damage Dealt, and I would probably also ask to have some spells on there like Headless Horseshoes and Voices from Below. The next two questions are, why don't I make community engagement posts on YouTube? And also, how much money do I make every month off of my YouTube videos? The short answer is I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, and YouTube doesn't allow you to do either of those things until you hit the 1,000 sub milestone. Favorite Warpaint? Gonna say Miami Element. Favorite taunt? Really hard to go against the Schadenfreude because it's just so well animated, so good for taunting your opponents and just having that extra interaction with the enemy team. But I'm actually going to go with the Boston Border. I know it's a relatively new taunt, but it just looks so cool. It's so well animated, and it makes me want to skateboard again. How can I best support the channel? Do you have a Patreon or accept item donations? You know, the short answer to this question is I'm not really looking for any kind of donations. In terms of real world money, I've got a 9-to-5 job that pays pretty well. In terms of the TF2 economy, I'm also not hurting. Really, what I'm looking for is just to grow the channel so I can meet new friends grow the community, and have the videos seen by more people. So the best way you can support me right now is just liking my videos, subscribing if you haven't already, and saying hi when I'm in game. What is your favorite thing to do in Team Fortress 2? I'd have to say winning with teamwork. I'd say that's the thing that keeps me coming back to this game on a consistent basis. I like to win, but more specifically, I like to win by using teamwork, especially when that means you're beating a team that may have more talented players than the players on your team, just that they're not coordinating as well as you. On a more selfish, purely dopamine hit level, I'd have to say trick stabs. I don't do them a lot anymore, but when you do, it's just such an adrenaline rush of knowing you tricked your opponent and you had the mechanical skill to pull it off. What is your opinion on random crits? I'm honestly not a big fan of them. I think the Uncle Dane video explains very well why they are not balanced amongst the classes. That's probably my biggest heartburn with them, the fact that not all 9 classes benefit from them equally. If you're a class that puts out high burst damage in a short amount of time, say the Demo Man, Soldier, or Heavy, you benefit greatly from random crits, and it's a lot of fun when you do. But the fact that like Sniper and Spy get almost no benefit at all makes me feel like the deck is kind of stacked against certain classes. Also, I've played enough on non-random crit servers to know that the game runs fine and feels a little bit more fair when they're not present. That wraps up the question and answer section. Thank you to everybody who submitted a question. For the giveaway, I'll be giving away 4 items all signed by me. The first is a Sharp Dresser crafted by me. The second is a strange portal plastered shotgun. The third is a Conscientious Objector crafted by me with my channel artwork on it. And the last is a strange rust medigun with allied healing part. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed. And in the comments section, tell me about a time you did something nice for somebody else in the game. Thank you again to all 600 of you who've subscribed. It really means the world to me. When I started the channel 8 months ago, I wasn't sure if anybody would watch any of these videos or if I'd make any friends in the process, and you've wildly exceeded my expectations on both ends. So thank you again for your support, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next one.